so exciting because we are on a Disney cruise. Oh my god! We literally just got on the ship and we checked into our room. We are on the Disney Wonder. It's a 4-night cruise from San Diego to Ensenada. I will be doing a full room tour on my vlog channel, so if you are interested in seeing what our room looks like on the cruise ship, definitely go check that out. I'm actually here because I'm on a Disney creator trip and it's literally a dream come true. I can't wait to take you guys along with me and show you guys all the food that they have here. So without further ado, let's get on to the cruise.
You are, yeah. But you could be the one to, yeah. Make me wanna come through. Feel like being brand new. Over you, over you. You could be the one.
Welcome to the party. And of course, we can't forget about everyone's favorite pal. Let's hear it for Mickey Mouse. Gang's up here. Let's go. It's a good time. It's a good time.
Rooftop lights, a new skyline. Lights define Pacific lines.
Thank you.
Learn your eyes to pass the time. Tides that we run dry. Another night goes by. I can't describe what I found. But you could be the one to, yeah. Make me wanna come through. Feel like being brand new. Over you, over you. You could be the one to make me wanna come through.
Alright, so we are at our first meal and it's at the Triton. This dining room is beautiful and we have a really nice table right by the window and you can see the sea. It's like sunset, so it's beautiful right now. What's great about these cruises is that almost everything is included. So when you look at the menu, literally you can just order as much as you want and try everything if you really want to. So I think we're gonna get pretty close to trying as much as we can at this restaurant. So here for my appetizer, I have the iced lobster and jumbo shrimp. This is actually Bird's appetizer and I stole it so I could taste test it for you guys. It has green asparagus, horseradish cream, and dill dressing. Nice lobster flavor there. You really get that dill flavor as well. It's very like light and refreshing, kind of like a shrimp cocktail, but more flavorful and without the cocktail sauce. I also ordered this Princess Delight, which is passion fruit juice and mango puree. And this one's not included, but I saw passion fruit and mango and I just had to order it. And of course, you guys already know we have to use the Feed Made glass filled with straw. Link will be in the description as always. Let's give this a good stir. Oh wow, it's like a smoothie actually. The passion fruit really brings out that tartness, and then the mango puree adds a sweetness as well. And then the appetizer that I ordered is the duck confit. It's slow cooked duck leg, pulled and garnished with craisins and walnuts.
Why are you playing that? Wait, if you watch it.
That's really nice. The duck meat is super flavorful and tender. It's not dry at all. It has this nice savory umami flavor. And then you get the crunch from the walnut and the sweetness from the craisins. Then for my soup, I ordered the potato and leek soup. It looks so creamy. Just look at that texture. It's like thick and smooth. Let's give this a try.
Imagine you do it and then that's easier.
Oh, whoa. This tastes like mashed potatoes in soup form. It's so smooth. Has a really strong potato flavor. I don't get as much of the leek flavor, but personally I don't mind because I love potatoes. You get that kind of texture of the potato too. And then for bird soup, we got the French onion soup. Ooh, that has so much flavor. I feel like the flavor of the soup has such depth to it. And it also comes with this Gruyere cheese crouton, which pairs really well. The soup itself is a little too salty for my taste. And then for my main course, I ordered the crispy roasted duck breast. It has cabbage, shallot, honey parsnip mash, and a duck red wine jus.
Fun just figuring out because like
It has such a nice duck flavor. However, it's a little bit on the dry side, but I also get that it's duck breast. It's hard to be super tender, but the flavors are on point.
look at who really.
Whoa. You get the sweetness from the honey, but the potato flavor still shines as well. I didn't know what to expect, but I surprisingly actually really like it. And then for bird's entree, he got a pasta with buttered lobster tossed in a tomato shrimp tarragon, brandy sauce with lemon basil. The pasta is cooked really nice. It has that al dente. And on the pasta, you see these little ridges. And so the sauce sticks onto the pasta really, really well. The flavors pair really nicely with the lobster too. And then for dessert, I chose the classic opera gâteau. It's layers of sponge soaked in coffee syrup, chocolate ganache, and rich buttercream. Look at those layers. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh my god, that is so rich and decadent. Very fudgy. The sponge is moist, the cream is light, and then the chocolate ganache is so fudgy. That's really good. And then for bird's dessert, he got a classic creme brulee. So let's crack this torch sugar bit. It like melts in your mouth. It's not too thick, it has a nice custardy flavor, and the torch sugar. I love that caramelized sugar taste. Okay, so now we're finally back in our room. We just had dinner at Triton's and then we went over and watched the Golden Mickey show. And I wanted to show you guys a little bit of the show, but they had a very strict no filming policy in there. But yeah, it was really cool. Really great performances. I mean, that's supposed to be one of the best parts of the Disney cruises, is that their performances are like way better. So yeah, it was so much fun. And now I'm thinking would be a good time to order room service. They have room service available 24 hours. And this is me literally living out my childhood dream, because growing up, my mom never let me order room service, but now as part of the cruise, it's included. So we're gonna have a little like living out my childhood dreams moment by ordering some room service.
Hello, can I get the buffalo chicken wings, a margarita pizza, a tomato basil and mozzarella panini, a creamy tomato soup, also a BLT, also 2 chocolate chip cookies. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.
We ordered it. Now we wait. Okay, we just got all our room service. It was everything I dreamed of and more. Cookie time. Okay, first up we're gonna try the chocolate chip cookies because we requested them to be warm and I don't want them to get cold by the time I get to them, so we're gonna eat them first. Cheers. Cheers. Oh my gosh, they're so nice and warm. Bird's giving me a look. I already know he's gonna say it's too soft.
If it was a little crispier, it'd be good.
The chocolate chips are so melty. For the savory stuff, first up we have dun, 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 chicken wings. So they're actually buffalo chicken wings, and usually they would toss them in the sauce, but I heard a pro tip from my friend Nathan, who is part of the creator celebration that invited us here. He recommended that we order them extra crispy with the sauce on the side, because sometimes it'll get soggy by the time it gets to you. So let's give it a try. They delivered on the extra crispy. No sogginess found here. And the buffalo sauce is nice and tangy and sour and spicy too. The other two sauces that they give are honey mustard and blue cheese. So let's give this honey mustard a try. I love flats more than drums. Oh, they're so good. This honey mustard sauce is really good as well. I just love how crispy these are. And since it's extra crispy, the outside sometimes can get a bit dry, but you have all that sauce on the side to moisten it all back up. And the meat inside is very juicy. Next up we have margarita pizza. Looks like it has their tomato sauce, cheese, fresh tomato on top, also some basil. The crust is a bit too soft for my liking. I would prefer if it was crispier and had more of a chew. It's more like soft, kind of doughy and fluffy. This one I think I would pass on next time. Next up we have tomato, mozzarella, and basil panini. It comes with a side of chips and coleslaw. I like this better than the margarita pizza, even though it's kind of similar, right? It has the tomato, mozzarella, and basil. But my problem with the pizza was more so about the crust. But the bread on this is really nice and crispy on the outside, has a bite and a chew to it. However, I did order something that I think will level this up, which is their creamy tomato soup. So let's give it a dip. Ooh, you can already see that the bread soaked up so much of that tomato soup. Oh my god, that's super nice. I love how the bread just acted like a sponge and soaked up all that tomatoey flavor from the soup. And last but not least, this is actually something that Bird wanted to order, but I'm gonna take a bite on camera for you guys so I can review it. It is the BLT. So this has a top layer of lettuce and tomato, then there's another piece of bread sandwiched in the middle, and then on the bottom you have bacon and I believe some mayo. Oh. Basically a very standard BLT. I mean, nothing to write home about, but overall, I'm just glad I got to experience room service for the first time in my whole life. 28 years of living and I never had room service before. And this is definitely not the last time we're gonna order room service on this cruise. So I'll try more of the menu later for you guys. Anyway, I think me and Bird are gonna watch Big Hero 6 and then go to sleep. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, it is the next day. We actually slept in until like 11 because we have been so tired. We've literally been getting like 3-4 hours of sleep every single night for like a whole week almost. So we decided to sleep in, get some well-needed rest so we can have the best energy for the rest of the cruise. And we are docked at Catalina Island right now, so I want to show you guys this view. There we go. Just look at how beautiful this is. Oh my gosh, it's so nice. Literally woke up to this view. It's absolutely stunning. And yeah, now we are finally gonna head off to lunch. We did miss breakfast, but it's lunchtime and there's also a Frozen show right after lunch that I'm so excited about. So let's go to lunch. Alright, so we made it to lunch and we are eating at Cabanas. It's actually a buffet. So you already know I loaded my plate up with a bunch of goodies. So first up, let's try this flank steak. They have a station where they slice it fresh for you and you can ask for as many pieces as you want. So let's give it a try. Not too chewy, has a nice beefy flavor, and they cook it with a little bit pink inside, and I really like it. Next up, I'm gonna try this bow tie pasta with smoked salmon. It's very creamy, has that smoked salmon flavor as well, and the pasta shape is fun to eat. Next, I'm gonna try some of this mac and cheese, and I got a little sauteed mushroom on there too. You know, this reminds me a lot of Sweet Tomatoes mac and cheese. Oh my god, there's people parasailing. I like how it's a happy face. You never know what you're gonna see when you eat on a Disney cruise. But anyway, this mac and cheese really reminds me of Sweet Tomatoes mac and cheese. And by that, I mean, it seems like a good idea at the time, but then when you actually eat it, you're like, maybe I should have gotten the other option. To complete the pasta trio, I also got their baked ziti. Has a nice tomato flavor from the marinara, and I also taste a little tiny hint of spice. That was unexpected. The noodles, I would prefer them to be more al dente, but the flavor of the dish is good. The child in me always falls for the fries and chicken nuggets at the beginning of the buffet, so let's try the chicken nugget. Oh my gosh, a bird. Bird, get it. Oh no, it flew away. Oh, we got a little visit from a seagull. What a fun dining experience. And then literally while I'm filming, I have this beautiful view of Catalina Island. It's literally gorgeous. Anyway, chicken nuggets, pretty good. Has a nice crisp on the outside and a crunch. And the chicken, surprisingly, is not dry. And then of course, we're gonna try the fries. I buried it under all my other stuff, and surprisingly, it still does have a nice crisp to it. Next, I also got this potato gratin. It has layers of thinly sliced potato. This is how you would say fun to eat. You get all the different layers of those slices of potato, so you really get all those textures in your mouth. And also between each layer, I think there's like some cream or something. It just adds like a creaminess.
DIY potato gratin.
AKA fries on a fork. We also have shepherd's pie. The meat underneath has a really nice flavor. It kind of has like a tomato flavor, and there's lots of ground beef in there as well as peas and carrots, and then topped with that mashed potato. Last but not least, we're gonna try the shrimp. Shrimp is really nice and juicy and plump. Has that nice snap you want from a shrimp, and it's not rubbery, which is perfect.
Halloween arrives at Disneyland. Who takes over the Haunted Mansion?
We also ordered beignets, caramel and chocolate sauce.
Off the ship in April. It's very exciting. And it's been all the clock and everything. All right, we're gonna move on.
I also got a frozen coffee and it comes with a coconut cookie. And Bert got a caramel coffee.
Character and movie. I think we got like 2 teams out.
A bird! Oh, bye-bye! We just sat down and they have these placemats here and you're supposed to draw your own character. How cute.
This is my finished product.
All right, so tonight we are eating at Animator's Palette and I'm so excited. The decor in here is so cute. Literally, it's such an experience. They have screens all over the whole restaurant and just like little scenes playing of different movies and all these sketches on the wall, and even the lights are like art palettes. This is a whole experience. Wow. So for my appetizer, I have the smoked salmon tartare and it has capers, onions, cucumbers. So let's give it a try. I personally love smoked salmon. Very nice and smoky. The onions complement it so well. And I actually really love the cucumbers that it comes with because it adds this nice refreshing crunch. It just switches up the textures, which I love. And then for Bird's appetizer, he got the sliced serrano ham. It comes with manchego cheese and olive tapenade. So I added a piece of cheese and also some of the ham on top.
Oh, yeah.
That ham is so salty. It's very salty and umami flavor. The cheese adds this creaminess. The bread is nice and crunchy. And the olive tapenade adds that like olive flavor to the whole bite. And then I also got a baked potato and cheddar cheese soup. It looks so thick and creamy. Kind of like the same consistency as the potato soup we had yesterday. Whoa. It is so rich in cheese flavor. It does have some of that potato flavor as well. Very thick, very smooth. A really nice comforting soup. You know what would be good with this? Some bread. Dipping it in here. So good with the bread. It just soaks up all that cheesy potato flavor. So for my entree, I got the herb crusted pork chop and it comes with asparagus. Tastes like this. When I first cut into it, I looked at it and I was like, it looks a little bit on the dry side, but wow, when I took my first bite, I did not expect it to be that juicy. And the sauce adds so much flavor, as well as that herb crust, because you get the brightness of all those herbs. And also I think there's some cheese on it because I do get like a cheesy flavor and you get a crunch from those breadcrumbs. And then Bird got the grilled tuna steak with fingerling confit, sun-dried tomato pesto, and aioli. Look at that tuna steak. It looks so beautiful. And look at those grill marks on top. Nice and juicy. You get the texture and the flavor of the grill on the outside. That aioli tastes kind of like ranch a little bit, like a thicker version of ranch.
I know.
That show was literally so cute. But anyway, back to the food. Finally, we're moving on to dessert. So here we have the warm, sticky date pudding with butterscotch sauce, vanilla ice cream, and phyllo crunch. So rich in flavor. The flavor of the dates really come through. Kind of adds this sweet caramelly flavor. It's moist, not dry at all, and it's nice and warm. And when you pair it with the ice cream, it's literally a match made in heaven. I personally am a sucker for warm desserts with ice cream, an unbeatable combo. And then we have the cookies and cream sundae with cookies and cream ice cream with chocolate sauce and chocolate chip cookies. I mean, you really can't go wrong with cookies and cream ice cream. It's nice and creamy. You have the Oreo flavor in there, paired with those chocolate chip cookies on the bottom. Oh, they complement each other so nicely. Good morning. It is the next day. We are officially at Ensenada, Mexico. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful, absolutely stunning this is. We have such a good view. And today we are actually gonna leave the ship because we have a port adventure on Ensenada and we're gonna take you guys with us. We're gonna have a lobster lunch, which sounds really special and fancy, so let's go.
Woo! Lobster.
Alright, so we're at Palo, and this is probably like the fanciest restaurant that you can get a reservation at on the cruise. And we even got a window seat. We can just look out on the water. I'm a happy girl. But anyway, first up, we have the bread. Literally, as soon as he put this down on our table, the smells, the aroma just like went into my nostrils, and it was like, it smells so good. This one smells like kind of like a garlic bread, but I think they use pizza dough. Has a really nice garlic flavor. The bread has a nice like crisp on the outside, but it has a chew, like that kind of chew that you want from a good pizza crust. You don't even need any dipping sauce or like butter or anything with it. It's just good on its own. So for my appetizer, I got their calamari, and we have two different kinds of dipping sauces. One is marinara and one is like an aioli. I'm gonna first try it with the marinara sauce. Really nice and crispy. The marinara actually has so much tomato flavor, which is really nice. That's quite nice too. It adds a creaminess to it, which kind of counterbalances like the fried batter of the calamari. All right, our entrees just arrived, and I got the ossobuco. Wow. Oh my god, it's literally almost like cutting butter because it's just so smooth. Falls right off the bone. It feels so tender on the fork. Dude, that is hella tender. This has to be the most tender lamb I've ever had in my whole life, hands down. Nothing even came close to this, honestly. I know some people don't really like the flavor flavor of lamb. But honestly, I don't even think that this lamb tastes super lamby, if you know what I mean. That like kind of gamey taste. It doesn't really have that. It just tastes like fall apart, melts in your mouth, super tender lamb. Oh, so good. If you guys come here, you cannot leave this restaurant without ordering this, seriously. And also, I can't stop eating the bread they gave us. I keep putting stuff on it, so let's try it with the lamb shank. This has to be the best meal that we've eaten on this ship. And then for Bird's dish, he got the pacari or the pacheri. It has lamb ragu and it has these really fun pasta shapes. I think Bird will deem this pasta shape fun to eat. Let's give it a try. This is also really good. I really love how thick those pasta pieces are. You can tell like the ring of pasta, you can see how thick it really is. And I love that because it really makes it have like a chew to it. And because there's like a hole in the middle, it can soak up more of that flavor of the sauce.
This, fun to eat.
I knew you would think so.
Fun. I tried the ossobuco too, and I think they should rename it to Awesome Buco. And I would even venture to say it's the best lamb I've ever had.
So we just got our dessert, and this is arguably the part that I'm the most excited about because I heard so much about their chocolate souffle here. It's their signature dessert. It's served with chocolate sauce, vanilla bean sauce, as well as vanilla bean gelato. Our server came and cracked the top and poured in both of the sauces. So it looks so beautiful. Let's go ahead and try to get a good scoop. Whoa. Oh my gosh. It looks so good.
Sounds good to me.
It's so rich and decadent while also being so light and fluffy. I think that's the magic of chocolate souffles because you really get that rich chocolatey flavor, but since it's a souffle, it's so light and airy. It's the best.
Dead men tell no tales. Enough! What this celebration really needs is a great book. Well, folks, I promised you a party, so here's a party in the sky!
Okay, it is the next day. We are at lunch because we did not wake up early enough for breakfast once again. But today at the buffet Cabanas, they have some Indian food. So I grabbed some vegetable biryani, lamb curry, and chicken tikka masala. I also have some mint chutney, some onions, and a paratha as well. I'm gonna try the lamb curry first with the vegetable biryani. The lamb curry is pretty good. The lamb has such a nice curry flavor. It has all those different spices that you usually find in curry. And also the lamb was quite tender too, like not tough at all. I'm impressed. Honestly, even though I was excited to try it, I did not have like super high expectations, but wow, this is really good. Next, let's try the chicken tikka masala. I'm so shocked that the chicken is so juicy. They must be using like chicken thigh in here because chicken breast would not be this juicy. Pretty decent. I definitely eat all of it, but is it as good as the lamb curry? I would say no. I prefer the lamb curry better, but it's honestly not bad. I'm gonna try some with the paratha. The paratha is okay. It does have like a little bit of a chew to it, which is nice, but I would prefer sticking to the rice to accompany my curry with. I'm so pleasantly surprised. If you guys come here and they're having Indian food that day, definitely try it out, especially that lamb curry. All right, we're in Disney Toons trivia.
See these eyes? These are the eyes of a winner.
Okay.
Here is song number 5.
Not us. 26. Alright, we're back in our room and we just got this alcoholic Go Whip. So I brought it back to our room to enjoy, and we're on the balcony where you can see we're moving.
Oh, I thought you were gonna see, you can see the sea.
Oh, you can see the sea. So good place to relax and enjoy our alcoholic Go Whip. Of course, we're using our free Meme glass boba straw. Link will be in the description as always. This is actually really good. It's interesting because you actually can taste the alcohol, but it surprisingly complements the flavor of the Dole Whip, which I never thought I would say, because I don't really like the taste of alcohol at all, but it actually goes really well with the taste of the Dole Whip. So for our last dinner on the ship, we are at Tiana's place. I hope you guys can hear me because it's quite loud in here. They have live music, which is so nice. It adds so much to the ambience, and like this decor is so beautiful. So for my starter, I have the ahi tuna tartare. It has mango, pine nut, radish, and wasabi.
Probably too much, and then a red ring.
Whoa, that mango pairs so well with the tuna. Pine nuts add such an interesting flavor. It adds this nuttiness and a crunchiness. I'm not quite sure I like it that much. I've had better ahi tuna tartare. And then for Bird's appetizer, he got the shrimp and grits. It has andouille sausage, grilled green onions, and a smoked barbecue sauce.
Oh, like I've written the trailer. It's like animates and stuff.
The shrimp has a really nice flavor. They've definitely seasoned it really well. Although I feel like the other shrimp cooked on the cruise was cooked really well. It had like a juicy, tender snappiness to it. This one not as much, but the flavor is really good. Those grits are so creamy. I feel like they maybe have some cheese in it. The addition of the barbecue sauce is actually very nice. It adds a sweet tanginess to it, and I get those chunks of andouille sausage, which adds a nice savory smokiness. And then for my soup, I got the seafood pepper pot. It has calamari, shrimp, scallops, and flat leaf parsley. The scallop in there is cooked to perfection. Oh my god, so tender, just melts in my mouth. It's soft. Wow, that was perfect. And the flavor of the soup, it reminds me of like a minestrone, but with seafood in it, kind of like that. And then for Bird soup, he got the Mama Odie's creamy tomato soup.
For like companies like Xbox, where they're trying to preserve like,
wow, this has such a strong tomato flavor. You get the acidity of the tomato and the sweetness. It's almost so strong that I feel like I definitely need some bread to soak up all that flavor.
Thank you.
So good with the bread. Hello! Everyone look, Tiana's here!
1, 2, 3.
Thank you so much! So for my entree, I got the Cajun spiced sea bass with shrimp jambalaya. At first glance, this sea bass looks so flaky and tender. It literally just breaks apart with my fork. That sea bass just melts in your mouth. Oh my god, it's so tender and juicy. The jambalaya has a really nice tomato flavor to it. Let's try a piece of shrimp. I love this is the kind of shrimp I was looking for in the shrimp and grits. This one is cooked really nicely like the other shrimps we've had on this cruise. It's juicy, it has a snappiness, and it's not overcooked or rubbery, and has a really great flavor. And then for dessert, we had to get Tiana's famous beignets. They come with a chocolate espresso dipping sauce. Okay, let's break one of these apart. Oh my goodness, it's so hot. It's literally fresh out of the fryer. And look how fluffy the inside looks. And then we're gonna dip it in some of the chocolate espresso sauce. The beignets are fluffy, perfectly fried with a crisp on the outside, kind of similar to like a donut. And then when you dip it in that chocolate espresso sauce, oh, it just levels it up. And what's really nice about this is that it's not too sweet. They don't go hella overboard with the powdered sugar.
But I love it.
It's time to bring it on home.
Back in our room now, and we just got our room service order, and when we came back to our room we found that they had left us some macarons. I believe these are actually from the Disney Creator Celebration team. Not bad, pretty standard. It has a nice light crisp on the outside. The inside of the macaron has a bit of a chew. I believe this one's vanilla, and they also are all topped with a little piece of chocolate, so the chocolate adds a nice texture and flavor as well. So for the room service stuff that I ordered, I got a pepperoni pizza, and you guys might remember that I didn't exactly like the margarita pizza we had the other day. The crust was just too soft and doughy, so this time I asked if they could leave it in the oven a little bit longer. So let's see if that helped. I actually do think that it helped more on the outside because the outer crust does seem to have more of a chew to it and is less doughy, but the inside is just still a little too soft and doughy for my liking. But this is definitely actually much better than the margarita pizza we had. Just leaving it in the oven a little longer did make a big difference. Also, just a pro tip for when you order room service on the cruise, something that you do have to pay extra for is like cans of soda or bottles of water. But what you can do is you just ask for a glass of water and that's free of charge. So make sure to save some money on those bottled water because I think each one is like $3.25 when you could just get a glass for free. So pro tip. And then I also got the chicken tenders and it comes with fries and some ketchup. Pretty standard chicken tenders. Does have a crunch on the outside. It is a little bit dry, but actually not too bad. And when you dip it in that ketchup, it really helps moisten it back up. Let's try some of the fries. Pretty decent fries. Does have a crispiness to it. I guess it could be crispier, but it's definitely good enough. We also got a cheeseburger, and this actually looks really good. It has a patty with melted cheese on it, and then it also comes with lettuce, tomato, pickles, and onions on this fluffy looking bun. Gonna put a little bit of ketchup on there. The cheeseburger might be the thing to get from room service. I feel like out of everything I've tried, this is probably my favorite. I really like the fluffy bun. It's not soggy at all, which I love. And it's also not too doughy. I just personally love the combination of the ground beef patty with the cheese paired with the raw onion and the tomato and pickles and lettuce. It's just so good. Get the cheeseburger. I really like it. Last but not least, we have this Mickey ice cream bar. And this is actually not on the menu. It's like a secret menu type thing. Ah, look how cute this is. Tastes like sweet childhood. It's just vanilla ice cream on the inside and chocolate on the outside, but because it's a Mickey shape, makes it 10 times better. Perfect way to end the night. But yeah, we gotta pack and get ready for tomorrow because it's gonna be an early day for breakfast, and to be honest, we literally have slept through breakfast all the other days that we've been on this cruise, so tomorrow we will finally eat breakfast here.